All right, today I'd like to talk to you about graphing linear equations, and there's going to be several steps to this process. First thing I want to start out with is what a linear equation is, okay? Well, a linear equation is an equation that forms a straight line when graphed, okay? Standard form is just one way of writing a linear equation. You may remember slope-intercept form from last year, but let's talk about standard form. Standard form is when an equation is written in this format. ax plus by equals c. So a is the coefficient of x, b is the coefficient of y, and c is our constant. Well, there's three things that have to be true for it to be in standard form. A has to be greater than or equal to 0, so it can't be a negative. A and B are not both 0. A could be 0, B could be 0, but not both, okay? And the last thing is that A, B, and C have to be integers, and they have to have a greatest common factor of 1. So let's kind of take a look at some here. We've got this one. It says 3x plus 2y is equal to 5. Well, let's look at that. A is 3, so it's greater than or equal to 0. A and B are not both integers, or not both 0, excuse me. And A, B, and C are integers, and their greatest common factor is 1. So A is equal to 3, B is equal to 2, and C is equal to 5. All right? Here, if we take a look at this one, it just says x is equal to -7. Well, and then, well, A has to be a positive 1, okay? So, because there's a ghost of 1 standing in front of the x, there's a ghost of 1 in front of any number, because it can be multiplied by 1 because of the multiplicative identity property. It's not going to change it. B happens to be 0 because there is no y term. The only way there can't be a y term is if the coefficient of y was 0, because 0 times y would be 0. And our constant in this one is -7. So even though it doesn't look like it, x is equal to -7 is in standard form. Let me bring this one up just a touch so you can see it better. This one says 2y is equal to 5. Well, look at that. Well, it's telling us that a is 0 because there is no x, okay? And the only way that happened is 0 times a. So the coefficient of b is 2, and c is equal to 5, okay? Standard form. Identifying linear equations. If it is a linear equation, it can be written in standard form, okay? So we're going to try to put these equations into standard form. So we know that on that first equation, y equals 4 minus 3x, we've got to get the 3x on the other side of the equation. Well, we can do so with inverse operations. So we're going to add 3x to both sides. When we do that, on the left-hand side, we'll have 3x plus y. And on the right-hand side, all that will be left is 4. So we have 3x plus y is equal to 4. Looks like it's in standard form. A is greater than or equal to 0. A and B are not both 0. Neither one of them are 0. And the greatest common factor of A, B, and C is 1. So yes, that's in standard form. So that is a linear equation. A is 3, B is 1, and C is 4. Well, let's take a look at that next one. Well, it says 1/3 y is equal to -1. Well, A must be 0 because there is no x. So is it standard form? No, because A, B, and C have to be integers. 1/3 is not an integer, okay? So we need to multiply so that we can make 1/3 into an integer. Well, if I multiply both sides by 3, okay, what it's going to do is, now 3 times 1/3 is 3/3, so that makes 1y or just y. And on the other side, we have x times, -1 times 3, which gives us a -3. So now our equation is y is equal to -3. Well, is that in standard form? Absolutely, because a is 0, that's why the x disappeared. B is +1, and C is -3. All right, let's take a look at the next example I have up there. It says 6x minus xy is equal to 4. Well, I can tell you right off the bat, okay, that that's not in standard form. Okay, it's not linear, it can't be written in standard form because of the x times y. Okay, on the next one, again, this one cannot be written in standard form, so it's not a linear equation. The reason it can't be written in standard form is because we have x squared. We can't have x squared as our variable, okay? So we have to have, it just won't work because of the x squared. The graph of this would actually end up being a curved line, not a straight line. Well, I hope that was just a little bit of an intro into linear equations and standard form. As always, reach out to me if you have questions. Have a good one.